It never is.
You ready to do this? No? Okay. You want to come over? You can film from there.
Oh, it's film.
Yeah. I mean, how's it look? Looks great. Looks great. All right. So I'm with my friend. What's your name?
Oscar.
Oscar. Cool. Where are you from? Well, just the country.
America.
America. Excellent. All right. So we're here in Chicago, and Oscar is our first American interviewee. It's pretty exciting. I'll just try to ask you a couple of questions, and then whatever I fuck up, Sarah can jump in and finish it off.
All right.
Does that sound like a deal, Sarah? All right, awesome. Okay, let's do this. We were talking about the relevance of neuroscience. What do you think about that? Think neuroscience? What is it? What could it be relevant
right? That's a loaded question.
to? Yeah.
I don't know. Our whole experience is our brain.
Yeah. What
Reality isn't real.
It's at least inaccessible.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So, are you a brain?
Yes.
Okay.
And no.
And no, tell me about the yes and tell me about the no.
I mean, my whole experience is mostly my brain's like reading into things, but I'm also my body, but I'm also none of those things.
Okay.
I don't know what I am. What am I?
Okay, great questions. More hard questions, huh? Okay, so what goes up to heaven?
I'm sorry, say again?
What goes up to heaven when we die?
In my view, nothing.
Nothing. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to find what this piece is. You said you're a brain and there's a body. And I felt like there was talk about another piece.
Yeah, I don't know what that piece is.
Okay. Could it be the brain?
It's what I feel like people would call the soul, but
right. But you don't want to call it the soul.
Well, I just don't know if that. I don't know if that vocabulary works with me. Like I understand the sentiment.
Yeah. The sentiment intuitively makes sense.
Yeah, but it's also like, what is that?
Right. And like, have we fucking seen or had any kind of actual interaction with that, or is it just our impression?
Don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
I
the
guess
second
sort of.
one.
We're talking now.
We're talking
Like-
now.
Could be soul to soul.
Could be soul to soul. But the thing is, if I damage your Broca's area right here, you would have aphasia, meaning you wouldn't be talking.
That's
Would
fair.
your soul be muted?
Maybe
Maybe.
at least the way of communicating it
Okay, very
easily
good.
to another.
Okay, very good. Do you know what a cognitive bias is?
I think so.
Can you enough to tell me about it?
Probably not in so many words, but like
Or in any words?
this is my experience, and I think about things the way I do because of my experience.
Okay. What about your evolution? Does that have anything to do with how you think about things? I mean, I don't mean your personal evolution. I mean your specific evolution.
I would assume probably.
Probably. Okay. Okay. Because we were talking about evolution a bit earlier. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so maybe evolution has something to do with the way you process things and perceive things?
I assume I process things differently than our ancestors.
You think you process them differently than our ancestors?
I would
Okay.
assume so.
Yeah. Are there ways in which you process the same as your ancestors?
I would assume also probably yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. So I mean, that's it. That's it. I want to get a feel. Well, we put him in the self-aware category. He knows that he's a brain, but he has not taken responsibility for that yet. He has
Hey, I'm
not
responsible
learned.
for my brain.
Nuh-uh. You have not learned about the predictable, systematic ways in which you make mistakes. Have you? Do you know what confirmation bias is?
Not beyond what I said before.
Oh, well, this is a specific cognitive bias. Confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah.
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 You
hell
want
yeah.
an answer, and so you kind of seek it out.
Yeah, basically. So you sort of only really notice information that's in line with your answer, and you kind of ignore information that isn't.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's one. Great. So we're taking responsibility. We know that we are these biological fallible organs that don't see reality as it is. And so we're doing our best to figure out sort of what those mistakes are so we can maybe compensate for them a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you racist?
I mean, probably unintentionally. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. This sounds like someone who's taking some responsibility. So what's
I was
the in group
raised
out
by
group
white
by
people
it?
in a white town. It's
Yeah. Right. Do you know about in group out group preferences? Can you figure it out from that name?
I mean,
In group out group preferences.
from context, like you prefer certain things in people, but in the group that you are in.
Exactly. You prefer people who are in your group and you're wary of people who are not in your group. Okay, our ancestors had to be like that to survive. So we're their descendants, so we're probably like
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay, very good. Anybody else? You want to come over? Very good. Sarah, do you have any questions for Oscar? Oh, no. Do you have any questions for Oscar? Okay. But it sounded like you did, though, so I don't know why you're saying no. It sounded like you did. But just don't ask the question because nobody can hear you because the mic's over here. That's all. You don't have any questions? But you did have a question.
No, I was
You
just
can
going
just
to
stay behind the
say
camera now.
thank you for being a good sport. You know what I mean? And we appreciate your what?
I can't hear you now because now you're just speaking to the mic.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you so much for being such a good sport, for hanging out, for talking to us. And so, do we think that maybe our interest has been piqued about some of these errors that we make?
Oh yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
it's like a constant like train of thought to go down.
Great. And you should inform that train of thought because the brain catching its own errors, just kind of based on feeling, is one thing. The brain catching its own errors based on learning about errors from psychological research is another thing. Even a cooler thing, I might say.
Yeah.
All right, excellent, great. Thanks, everybody. Did it. Thank you, buddy.